Okay. Hello. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your sunny days in Cannes to come to my talk. So I am Xtina, co-founder of Squid, and today I'm super excited to talk to you about what we're building, why it matters in this very fragmented but fast-paced industry. So I'm actually here now for the third year in a row saying the same thing. Crypto has a UX problem. And of course, there's a lot of solutions that are being built. But I think, typically when we talk about UX, it's about how things feel and how they look. But it's actually also about the functionality across the broader ecosystem. So I'm going to talk about how we are actually building the missing infrastructure to unify and act kind of as the glue to everything, and how our recent work with the XRPL is a perfect example of this missing piece in action. So let's start with a quick snapshot of the current landscape. I've seen that our community has actually done like a real deep dive on this, and we now support and legitimately support 91 chains across EVM, Cosmos, and other ecosystems such as Bitcoin and Solana. This number keeps growing, and we're going to hit 100 real soon. For developers, this is the known statement. This means extreme complexity, different standards, different tooling, different user expectations, different communities, and yeah. But for users, it's even worse. It's moving between chains, very confusing, costly, and unnecessarily intimidating. And we built Squid to abstract all of this away and give one simple interface to access all this opportunity and innovation. And our goal is actually not just to build a bridge or a swap tool, but our mission is to build the absolutely nicest place in crypto. And what does that really mean? It means making it easy. It means making it beautiful and safe to interact across all the different ecosystems. Whether you're a developer integrating 10 chains into your app, or a user trying to go from USDC on Polygon to ETH on Base and XRP on XRPL, it should just work. And that's our North Star and mission. And luckily, it's also our most frequent feedback, is that things just work. So let's talk about XRPL. It's one of the fastest and most widely adopted networks. It's been around since 2012, and it's one of the most widely held and distributed assets. But yet, it's been completely disconnected from the rest of crypto. Developers couldn't build with it, users couldn't access XRP from other ecosystems without accessing centralized exchanges, and the liquidity has been completely trapped. But with Squid, that has now changed, and we've made XRPL just another endpoint. So the reality until quite recently was that it was very hard to both get and use XRP in a decentralized way. Most XRP has been sitting on centralized exchanges, and there's been no way for the developers building on the XRPL to tap into other ecosystems, both liquidity and users, meaning we've had this extremely siloed reality. And I think what's important is that it's very easy, and I know we're at the Ethereum conference, and with EVM, everything is interoperable and it's very easy, but we have a very large universe of innovation happening across a bunch of other ecosystems and a bunch of users, and for mass adoption to really take place, this is a critical problem area. And whilst this, I'm presenting the solution, our solution is this, what we've built actually generalizes across everything. So how do we fix this? We combined, you can think of it like 3 core layers. So first, we typically have Axelar, which is the most secure cross-chain messaging layer. Then we have Coral, which is our novel unified settlement and auction layer. It's an intent layer that ensures you get the best path and price. And thirdly, the user interface, which is our app, and also the SDK. So all of this together make cross-chain swaps seamless both for devs and users, and you don't need to think about routes, bridges, or relayers. You just call one function or one click. So let's make this a little bit more concrete. You know, Alice, who always gets a little play in these games, she has ETH, Bob needs XRP. In the old model, this would be pretty hard. You'd need to either bridge into XRPL, you fight a DEX, you need to use a centralized exchange. You basically just need to like cross your fingers and hope for the best. But with Squid, she just sends ETH, and Bob receives XRP on XRPL. And it feels like a normal transaction. But behind the scenes, we're handling the routing, the pricing, the bridging, and swapping. But for you, it's just one click. And I think what, sorry. Yeah. We, like I said earlier, we are completely obsessed with UX, and we think this is like the core and most important obsession to have, because you can build all the infrastructure you want, it can be as secure as you want, it can be as robust as you want, but nothing matters if no one can use it. And breaking that down a little bit, that means reducing uncertainty at every step. It means real-time wallet balances, it means previews to fiat on-ramps, and it means 24/7 fallback paths. And this is one of the beautiful things that decentralized architecture can really offer if you, obviously, like if you think about it hard enough. And we're constantly thinking about how we can make it feel really native, intuitive, and safe, because that's the absolute minimum I think you need to do in order to ship products that people will use. And also for the developer experience, it's just a few lines of code. So 3 function calls, it's easier than most plugins. And you can add full cross-chain liquidity and execution into your app, no custom routing logic, no bridge integrations, just plug and play. And we wanted to take this experience extremely important because you need to get cross-chain liquidity. And what this actually unlocks is insane. Like, it doesn't just connect chains. We connect users, institutions, developers, and actually assets as well. That means a wallet can support 90+ chains, a game can accept any asset, a dev can launch any ecosystem and reach global liquidity. And that's what real interoperability looks like for us. And we're really excited for this partnership because this has been the world that XRPL has always been focused on. Speed, efficiency, and global payments. And we're just helping it to reach the potential in a multi-chain world and access the rest of the ecosystems. And what does that mean? It means there's fewer middlemen, better execution, and complete access. And XRPL can finally function as a truly global rail. Going a little bit deeper with the new XRPL EVM sidechain that's just launched as well. This means that developer can build smart contracts in Solidity while benefiting from XRPL's finality and liquidity. For example, Squid's Coral protocol is a great example of this. We wanted to deploy on the XRPL, but we couldn't straight away because it would require a lot of work. And now with XRPL EVM sidechain, it was extremely simple, and we were able to deploy Coral much faster and without any new smart contracts or any further audits or anything like this. So this is a complete game changer. Going a little bit back into the mechanics. So this is how the flow is working right now. Alice pays on Ethereum. The ETH is routed and swapped via Coral, our intent layer. It's then bridged to XRPL using Axelar. Bob receives XRP. Each part of this is abstracted by Squid. It's fast, secure, totally chain agnostic. And what's happening under the hood here is multi-protocol hopping, and for the user, it's just a single-click UX. So a couple of things that are coming relatively soon. We have Coral v2 coming, which we will talk more about later. but it will mean that we can deploy natively on XRPL, and that will unlock deeper liquidity, better pricing, and support for non-EVM chains, aka Bitcoin, which is really exciting. And everything will just be faster, stronger, and better swaps. And we also have MegaBridge coming, and this is part of the big vision. It's decentralized infrastructure for extremely large-scale swaps and cross-chain flows. And it really is one of the final steps in making multi-chain liquidity truly accessible to institutions, exchanges, builders at scales. It's kind of like the unbundling of bridges into a single unified rail. And going back as well, zooming out a little bit, all of this unlocks new use cases for XRP and XRPL, DeFi, yield farming, multi-chain wallets, NFTs if people are still interested. And it's not just a payment rail anymore. It's a cross-chain asset that can move and interact with everything. And that's part of our vision to enable that. So with that, thank you so much for listening. And if you're a builder, investor, just curious, scan the QR codes and come talk to me. And yeah, thank you so much. Any questions? Yeah? No? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.